Hey guys, this is Kirob speaking, and today we are back in automation with the Turburger Autowerke, a young Hedvesian company that only knows one thing: to keep things boosted with superchargers. And that is where we left off. We just finished the first facelift, and it is ready to be signed off. Also, I went through all the setup of the campaign in the last episode to get us a solid foundation and a good start, and so far it seems to have worked. But let's see what kind of sticks we get in the spokes today. We didn't quite manage to dodge these taxes, of course, that was very bad. But on the other hand, we have figured out that we are producing a decent bunch of cars, and that we do want to very much sign off this project, which sits right now at a cost of, let's see on the sign-off screen, 9.7 million. We can take out the full loan. It is creating an additional factory. The HQ upgrade is running as we speak, and things are looking good, especially with a loan interest rate of just below 5%. Another important aspect that we of course sorted out last time was the regulations issue with our... Where is it? In production. It's the purple one, of course. The purple one there in design has now a safety rating of over 25, which means that we are safe until 1960. Not a problem. We are not going to build it for that long, I do not think. Although I'm probably going to be able to run this line up a little longer than you usually would, and we're probably going to be able to overlap it a little bit with the next model. What is the plan for today otherwise? Well, I think we are going to get through the entire starting phase here, where we want to do another little stint of production and sales, scaling up our factories, and doing one more facelift and either a prototype of a new model or two more facelifts, and then see where we end up. Maybe we can even start producing our own engines to cut about $8,000. Was it about that? No, not quite. Like, we would cut like $6,000 out of the price of every car we sell, and that goes right into our pockets. So that doesn't seem to be too bad, right? Also, we will be able to branch out a little bit more if we were to design some new engines. Yeah, maybe some larger ones, because the Gasmians do like their supercharged large engines, I've heard. Also, they don't seem stupid enough to slap on taxes on the displacement until 1968. Right. Well, looking at this some more, 4 liters sounds about right, doesn't it? It's not great and big for Gasmir, but there's a supercharger on top. So, I mean, they probably just about accept it. And 4 liters means that we are in the 2x bracket for Hedvesia. Forget about Florenia. They are long gone by that time. Yeah, they will pay 20x in total. Ouch. Also, let's quickly check in on the marketing. We are sitting at a nice 5% in the relevant categories. A family premium already at 6%. That's great. And in Gasmir, it's also above 5%. This keeps climbing steadily, about 1% a year, it looks like. And the economy has cratered real hard. This is pretty terrible, but it also means that we might be, if we are looking at more profits down the line here, once this turns back up to 0 is the optimal point. Like in this case, for instance, you see here, it starts there, it starts to drops more. This is not the time to buy. The time to buy is there, because that is the lowest point in the economy. And what I'm hoping for now is that we are now signing this off, and by the start of 1949, it is all flowers and happy bunnies again. Will it be? I don't know. We shall see. Let's sign this one off. It looks good. We have the cash, or we have the credit rating rather, and we can pull through. And then remind me to set up a stock manager here, because that is going to be quite important. And I think the right amount is, again, 70% at max duration, because that means we are paying a little bit more money this year. We do have plenty of cash to do exactly that. Looking fine, and sign it off. Yes. And now there are two more nuances that I would like to point out, as they are not quite in your face, but quite intuitive once you hear them. Luxury car buyers, or the market for luxury cars, goes down more than, for example, utility vehicles, because you still need the utility vehicles, but you don't need your luxury car, right? That easy. So, if the economy tanks, the premium segments are more affected. First world problems. Then, the other nuance is that refunds on your pre-orders, if I had a big stack of pre-orders sitting here, if the economy turns down like this, they are going to dump on you. In previous iterations of the campaign, I felt like, the economy doing a little bit whatever, don't care. It's like, it's over there somewhere in the corner. It's just a few lines going up and down, doesn't affect me. But now, with these new mechanics, you have to be a little bit more careful. But now I wanted to make a stock manager thingy here. We're going to build this amount of stock, which is a lot of it. There you see, it's 8 months worth of stock that I'm aiming for. Ooh, ow, ooh, ow, ooh, ow, 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 ooh. That hurt. Oh man, that hurt. Minus 1.4 million. What's going on here? Well, the economy for one. New sales going to the new facelift is second. And yeah, I mean, that's a wider range here. Like, our sales are looking better than before. It's just that no one cares about the old cars anymore. I'm going to shorten this a little bit, sorry. That was a little bit too much positive thinking there. Alright, next month. Ouch. Ouch. Not quite as bad. We're finally bottoming out here. And now we are over the logistics points as well. We have lost a little efficiency in production. You see that there, 93.6%, utilized 12, available 10. That is going to change next month, as this big chunk of money is going to go away. And still there. And our cash reserves are dropping like a stone. Now it's gone. I did not quite anticipate us tanking that hard. We have to take out an emergency loan here. That one hurts. Will it cover the next few months? I think it will, and then we have good sales again, because look at that number. So hopefully that means, well, the taxman is at least going to stay away, isn't he? Ouch. It's just 3 more months there. That one. Yeah, that's fine. You see, we're all good. They stopped producing. Now they're already returning lots of pre-orders, but fortunately the curve is turning upwards. Oh, it's not quite as bad. But we are going to start to sell into a terrible economy. But here we are. We are a little bit in debt. Seen worse. Could be worse. It could be closer to 0 here. But, I mean, now we start selling. We still have some stock. So, hopefully, we're going to see some fantastic numbers once I click this button. Yes, okay, we're fine. There was never really a problem, right? There was nothing to see here move on. And now, we are at 12 out of 20 logistics points, which means that if we were to add a small engine factory, that would be pretty much in line with our total capacity. But small engine factories are stupid expensive. Like, we're talking 80 million-ish stupid expensive. So we're at minus 5.66 million. We're quite far away from that target. Profits are still rising. That is looking good. The only thing that is not looking so good is the amount of cash that we're currently making if we extrapolate that a little. Because that means Taxman is coming next year once again, trying to smash us. So really, when you think about it, the smarter way to do your projects is to start at the half year point and then go to the next half year. Because that means that you have split your revenues and expenses a bit more evenly across the years. So from now on, I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to start facelifting in the mid-50s then. Because all of these... Oh, is anything opening up at 1950? I don't think so, no? No. And let's continue on here. Oof, yeah, this is going up real quick. And this number is dropping, but not dropping too fast. Plenty of reserves to sell. And I think we do have a problem. The Tannenstein Tiny doesn't seem to really keep up. So let's up the core staff and the max shifts. This is going to put some strain on the tooling of the factory, but as that is so cheap at the moment, that's fine. Ooh, and now we got another bump here. You see this rise? That is us selling out of the old one. Yeah. The old premium that we had in stock. It took us half a year, but now we've run out of pre-orders for the new factory. They are still producing current shifts at 0.7. Let's see what it's next month. Okay, we're safe. 0.7. They actually have something to do. At this point, to get a clearer picture of where we are at in terms of costs and so on, I would like to get rid of the emergency loan. We can just pay it back by 11.5% interest rate on that. Compared to our other loans here, this is insanity. Why are they so low? Why are they so low? Is that number wrong? Because I'm very sure that we were more like at 4.6% and 5%, just below 5% when we signed them off. So let's go into consolidate loans and see which ones we can get rid of. Loan remaining, we've not paid any of these, but this one a little bit more. But that last one is the ugly one. It has a remaining loan of 3.06 million. If we pull it back to 1 month, we do a monthly payment of 10,000 extra as a fee, and we just get rid of it, right? So accept the loan, because I just want to have it off my ledger. It's confusing. We accept this one. It's done. What now comes is a big spike. Boop. There you go. And Taxman is going to be very happy. Not happy, sorry. I'm going to be very happy. Taxman, not so much. Also, you see, that actually brought us to a credit score of C. So a little better than before. And the end of the year has come. Taxes to be paid, 51k. Nice. Yes, that is something that I can deal with. We sure have to work on our market share. In the premium segment, we only have 0.4% in Helvetia. That's lousy. So what are we going to do with all the money that we have? I think we invest some more into interior. Or what else do we want? At HQ level 2, you have 2 slots available, and we currently only use 1. Gain and decay months, 29.54. And now, using 2 slots, it's 36.48. So a faster decay, less months, and a slower gain. So in general, what you should consider is to not spread wide in your tech, but rather go deep, which is very costly, of course. But also, going wide doesn't add any slots if you do it via HQ add-ons. That's one of the main benefits of these HQ add-ons. Alright, let's get to mid-1950 and then facelift. Time skip and 7, there we go. We have been running 2.5 shifts on our Tannenstein Tiny for the whole time. That is brutal. And just about now, they have broken even. Oh no. Are you kidding me? The economy is turning down again. It barely got to stagnant. Now it is falling again. Oh, shit. But facelift time it is. Alright, let's get into it. Do you wish to facelift? Yes. One more we do. But this time around, I'm not going to facelift the engine. Tire tech has improved in general, which means we can have a lower profile for these tires now. And quite soon it's time for radials as well. Not sure if you want to switch right away or wait a little, but for now, let's just maximize this grip. Yeah, remaining tech pool after unlock 1.9. That means this is an effective +2 quality. I'm not going to switch over to advanced safety 50s, because while that has a nice effect, I would not recommend switching the safety package in facelifts. That is more something to design from scratch for a new car, which we are going to do soon. So +3 it is. It's getting us a nice little bonus. And another one in quality. Now it really starts to hurt without the suspension R&D being there. We are maximizing this one quite hard now. And there we are. Optimized car already. Beautiful. Perfect handling. And it's ready. It's ready. Let's do the others as well. I'm putting 5 quality on these tires here. Just so it's an effective +4. For the luxury only though. And look at that. We can finally get away with some softer pads. I'm a little curious. How does this current design, compare to the previous? Alright, that doesn't look too bad if you have a look over there. That's a decent chunk of improvements all around, apart from in Prestige. Now also in Prestige. And another perfect tune with some nice changes, softer pads, and lots of quality improvements all around. And now I just want to compare how long this GT design has come for us since the very first one. So let's compare the car to the not in production Coupe GT, this one, from 1946. Well, we actually have worse drivability. Isn't that something? Beautiful. Excellent job, guys. That's well done. No, but otherwise, like, it has better fuel economy, which, of course, everyone agrees is fantastic. But a little bit more sportiness here and there. Overall, a bit more refined, balanced. Okay, look at these numbers. They're really damn good. Alright, let's set it up. Engineering time is already as is. Nicely balanced, by the way, but it is 11 months. And if I up the reliability by 2, then we are at 12 months. And that one is going to cost us 4.6 million. Ouch. The engine won't cost us anything because we are not revamping it. Of course, we are not going to change the factory setup then either. Just can continue on. And here we do have to make some changes. The Tannenstein Tiny is a little too tiny by now. So we deselect all. And then we select the premium and the convertible to be produced in there. We go back to factory size, pop it up to tiny 3. Wow, look at this difference in size. It's massive. And, damn it. Yeah, I do have to, of course, refresh the building because I'm building on it. So, have to, can't avoid that. But major tooling, of course, also needs to be changed. Not too much of a cost to upgrade here, 1.7 million. That's fine. The Greifingen factory we have, on the other hand, is pretty much perfectly sized. Very much at the low end of what we want. So we deselect these and then put in the luxury and the GT. And I'm almost wondering if we should split them up between the factories. So that we have one high volume one and one low volume one. Like do the convertible in here. Yeah, Let's try that. I mean, makes it a bit more balanced to have one that is a bit of a slow burner and the other one that is highly demanded, and you can work those off together. It's more balanced. Although this factory will be larger, but the premium is... Oh, wait a sec. Yeah, no, this is correct. The premium and the luxury are probably the overall more demanded ones. I am going to refresh that factory, because look at how expensive it is. Just getting a little bit extra condition there is good for our build quality. Watch! It has wear. You see this? There are at least 5 micron missing from the top of this tool. We can't have this discrepancy. Ah, another thing I should mention. In this tiny factory, small factory setup, it doesn't matter nearly as much what production flags you have compared to larger factories, because their effect is multiplied with the baseline factory automation level, which for a tiny factory is extremely low. So you see here the difference in production efficiency between those two is quite small, and that is because we are producing in a very small scale, small volume environment. Alright, now I have set them up to be split more evenly, but the smaller factory, the tiny 2-sized factory, is going to get the 2 lower demanded ones, and we do have the 2 higher demand ones in the tiny 3. I hope that pans out nicely. Oh, we are getting to the limit of our engine production. And I think a little price hike here and there, a little cheeky one. Because we are under 35k now for the luxury version. Let's see that. Oh, perfect, 35k. What more? Nah, this one can stay down there, I think. Just this little price increase. We can always hike prices a little later. But for now, I just want to grab as much market share and use my factories as well as possible. Everything is set up. Let's see how expensive it is. 6 million. Easy. Easy. Just a 4% interest rate? Yeah, I take it. 120 max loan. Perfect. And it looks so empty because there's no engine to sign off. We are going to use that for something else. So we are going to sign off this one. Yes. And now, how about we try a little new project for the engine? You remember my 4-liter remark. So something to put into our luxury vehicles, really, if we want to. Probably limited production-ish. Or are we going to mass produce them? I don't think so. I don't think we are going to. So I can use forged components. And hereby we shall let this engine prototype be known as the Wangenstein. The main thing that I want to do with this one is to get some better valve tech in there, some familiarity especially, while using the old bog standard block type, but a little larger. We are aiming for 4 liters now, which means pretty massive. So 95 is roundish what we are looking at, and then we do have a decent chunk of familiarity already with 4-valve tech. And I think it is time to get a bit more familiarity with this 4-valve tech. And Iron Standard, should we also try to make this about aluminium heads to get ahead of the game in terms of emissions? Because that makes a big difference. Let's see, 52 months to engineer this, just this section. We don't have to make anything super fancy otherwise, any new stuff. Carefully select what we want to push in terms of familiarity in tech, and just see, well, forged, heavy forged. Do we want to push heavy forged tech, maybe? Forged steel cast and... light cast harmonic damper. Yeah, let's try this out. See where we end up. +1 quality there is fine. But, Killrob, This is a prototype. How does this matter? If you put one quality there or not? Well, it is quite simple. For familiarity, it looks at where you have placed your tech setting, your quality setting, compared to how much tech pool you have. If you're engineering something where you have 5 tech pool and you put the quality to 0, you're basically gaining nothing. And of course, how could we forget? You do have to make a supercharger as well. Oh, bypass. Yeah. Actually, new tech. Yes. Did we have a bypass before? I don't think we did. And for this big engine, definitely need two barrels. This is going to suck in a lot of air. Chunky. Wow. That looks more like something from MechWarrior. Some AC-10 autocannon. Also, we can go with a mid manifold, so that we get some more familiarity with that system. And the same for the headers. Yeah, let's do this. Alright, and reverse flow is new on the block. Yes. Oh, the pistons don't like it. Too much torque. And that's without the supercharger adding any boost. Oh, brilliant. But hey, look. We can make the engine pretty much stress-free if we go super heavy duty on everything. Alright, let's tune it up and then head towards engineering. Doesn't really matter what stats we have for this one. So I'm just going to make it somewhat reasonable. Exactly sub 4 liters we make it. And a 3.7 liter supercharger with a gearing of 1.2. Okay. And after just a little bit more tuning, fine-tuning, and some more fine-tuning, I've ended up right here. Almost, no, not almost, 400 newton meters of torque. And 200... Oh, this is not a good... this is not a good curve, by the way. And there we go. That's better. There, yes. Just below 200 horsepower. That's plenty of power. But, as you see, even our heavy-duty components are complaining about slightly too high stress. And you can see that reflected in the reliability score, although we should check out where that comes from. It comes from there. It's the materials mix. It sucks. We do use a aluminium head and a cast iron block. And the early ones were absolute garbage tier. Which brings me to an important question. This material mix thing would be baked into the engine forever. Which implies that we will always have a shitty reliability for this engine. Even if we tried. Because all of these are not going to change if we facelift. All of those below can be changed when we facelift. As such, I think this will remain a prototype. Yes, let's do that. And of course, let's do a quick pull. Well, again, not the prettiest of sounds. Engineering, though, 10% increase, of course. If you look here, family is quite low because of all the familiarity we have in this. And overall, this is very doable because we're not going to produce this thing. So we don't need these sliders. They're not adding anything. We can get this completely done. And all the familiarity gained for 2.75 million, one engineering slot for 16 months. I think that is pretty good in order to prepare ourselves for what is coming in terms of emission standards down the line. Yes, indeed, no production needed, prototype it is. And there we are. What? Company, that's the company. I was confused there for a second. We do not need any loan for this one, he said. No, that's correct. And let's sign it off. And now, all our engineering teams are busy. We have projects lined up. We have everything planned out. If it works or not, we shall see. Plenty of profits this year, apart from paying back that massive loan, of course. And I think what might be in order is to buy in this year an engine factory plot. No. Forget about that. I forgot that we are now tanking our sales because we get plenty of pre-orders. They love this new thing. Okay. Let's hope we don't super bankrupt ourselves again. Okay, no, we are probably not going to. Because our costs just sunk as well, as we are no longer producing that much. But, as you can see, we now have to pay staff that doesn't actually work. Let's give them something to do. And, oh, yep, the costs are rising again. Wow, that hurts. Okay, ouch, 1 million. Oh, there, now it gets better again. And we are in the plus, as they've shut down the factory. Finally. That's quite stressful. Alright, how much pre-orders do we have here? Ooh, that's a straight line. That's looking good. Economy still is fucked, but, I mean, we have some resources here as well, which we can sell off, and that lineup is super strong. Just look at the percentages. They've gone up significantly again. Oh no. We are paying 214k in return deposits. You could see that simply. That's the actual money they've already given you. So you're not losing anything, really. You're just not gaining that. We could have that amount of extra sales instead. And here we go. It's looking good. It's looking even better. It's looking fantastic. And there we have it. -10? Ooh. Ouch. One thing I forgot is to up the shift count here. That's not good. But it's fine. We can hire pretty quickly. Mr. Taxman never visited us. I wonder why. That was quite scary. And now we tick 1 month and then we're golden. Indeed we are. Alright. That's looking a lot better. And the economy is turning up again. Hopefully for a proper boom. And with that, I think we've come quite far here. Yeah, look at these. Look at these insane numbers. After 5 years, we're already at 25 company prestige. Wow. All right. But with that, I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, please hit the like button as well. And, of course, I shall see you guys next time.